scientific study of Vedas, creation of universe, starting from BRAHMAM, class 52. Today we are going through the story of Sati or Daksha and his daughter Sati. It is from PURANA. It says Sati is the daughter of Daksha. We have already seen that Daksha is the outermost orbit of an atom, and then Sati is the electron in that orbit. Here, the size of the atom is very big, so that the attraction, the outermost orbit is far away from the nucleus. So the distance between nucleus and outermost orbit at its electron is great. So the force of attraction is very less. So electron can easily go. That is why such electrons are called Sati. If it is firmly attached with the nucleus, it is that electron is called Parvati. So she married, this Sati married Shiva, means Shiva is Rudra, nucleus. Nucleus is positive charge and the wife electron is revolving around it in orbit, that is negative charge. So in the story, Shiva and Sati are husband and wife. But her father Daksha, not like Shiva, because we know every chemical reaction is taking place in the orbit, outermost orbit, and the electron involved in it. And the nucleus has no role in it. So Daksha is, the outermost orbit is very powerful. That is taking place in all the chemical reactions. What all things that is produced in this universe is based on this reaction of electron in the outermost orbit, that is in the Daksha. Though, so these chemical reactions are taking place at that orbit, that Daksha, that is the sacrificing fire or workplace where reactions are taking place. So in this story, Daksha thinks he is superior, because this nucleus is not at all, this Rudra is, or Sati's husband is not at all involving in it. But one thing is clear, this electron and orbit, everything is formed based on this nucleus. So nucleus is the powerful thing. This orbit and electron are a part of it. But in actual practice, this nucleus is steady. It is not involving any activity. And Dakshan and Sati are taking part in all these activities. So Dakshan is proud about himself, and he considers Shiva or nucleus as inferior. That is in the story. In story it may present in that way, but actually what it means is, actually Daksha and Sati is involving in all such activities. So in this story, Daksha does not like Shiva. So in this yaga, he conducts an yaga. Yaga means an action, chemical reaction is taking place in the orbit to send this Sati to another atom, because atom cannot remain as such without 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. There is only Sati, 1 electron is there, the only chance is to give up that electron. So that Chai is arranging some yaga to combine with other atoms, and at the same time energy is required. So it is a yagashala or a fireplace or a furnace or an oven or a cooking pot or anything like that, or a test tube in which these reactions are taking place like that. That is Daksha's yagashala. In this case, it is the outermost orbit where these things are taking place. So he not invited Shiva, Sati's husband. Actually, as per science, nucleus will not involved in this activity. Nucleus is not at all taking, only it is the duty of orbits to do such things and make 8 electron in the outermost orbit or to leave that electron. But in this story it says that Shai is proud about himself and he not invited Shiva, and Sati joined in that yaga without the permission of Shiva, because it is her father. She went to that yaga place, that Shak's yaga place, because actually electron is taking place without the permission of the nucleus or Rudra or Shiva. Without permission means this nucleus is attracting this Sati electron. There is an attraction against it which Sati is to be gone. So in this story it says Shiva is attracting means Shiva is opposing to go because there is attraction. But at the same time Daksha want to force her to go, and she also want to leave because she has power, because it is far away, that electron is far away from this nucleus, so the attractive force is less. So she will easily go, she can easily go without permission from Rudra Shiva. So she went without the permission of Shiva, and in the yagashala, in the sacrificing fire, sacrificing means she is going to sacrifice. Why? When she is in the orbit, she is very powerful. Every atom will attract her to take that electron to complete that outermost orbit with 8 electrons. So she is powerful at that time. But when she went to the yagashala, Daksha insulted her and not agreed to invite Shiva. So she sacrificed her life in the Agni. Sacrificed her body in the fire means actually during these chemical reactions fire is coming out. That is why in the test tube, if we are mixing two chemicals, fire is coming out, it will boil, sometimes it may burst, it will produce thunder and storm like characters in it. In the cloud itself, thunder, storm, etc. are due to the combination of these chemical reactions. So that is natural. And heat will come out also. So, and electron goes to the other atom, combined with the other atom, that is in the ionic compound. This electron is transferred to the another atom with the 7 electrons, with the 7 or less electrons, so that that atom will also get 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. So that is the chemical reaction naturally taking place at that workplace, at that orbit. So electron leaves, Sati leaves and joins the other orbit. So it completes its orbit with the Sati and gets 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. After that, she will lose this character. When she was in this orbit, in the Dakshan's orbit, with 1 electron in the outermost orbit, she is very powerful. Everyone will attract her to get that electron because they want to make it their atom with 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. When she joins that atom, she will become similar to all other electrons in the orbit. That is why she lost all her qualities. Because if consider a girl before marriage, everyone will try to marry her. But if after marriage, nobody will think about her. Likewise, that is, in this story it is expressed as she sacrificed her body. So Rudra was very angry and he burned that Yagashala, that fireplace. He burned that orbit because during these chemical reactions, heat and energy is coming out. That is called ionization energy or anything like that. Due to a chemical reaction, external energy will come out in the form of, in the cloud itself. Cloud itself, Daksha is there, that orbit is there. Reactions are taking place. So, due to that reaction, thunderstorms are producing. Likewise, in the test tube itself, huge energy will come out, sometimes bursting will take place. In the furnace also sometimes burst may take. Even in our kitchen, our power pressure cookers are bursting. Likewise. So that is expressed as the Samhara, Nritta, dance, destructive dance of Rudra. That means due to this chemical reaction, such a dangerous atmosphere is creating at the fireplace. Then after that, Sati lost her body. So in the story it says, Shiva then, after taking her body, wandered here and there for several years. That means, and also Shiva do one thing, cut the head of the Dakshan. That means that orbit is lost. When electron, it gives out its electron, that orbit's characteristic, that orbit actually is become inactive. And Shiva then placed a god's head in place of that Daksha's head later. That means when electron leaves from that Daksha orbit, actually this atom is losing 1 electron. So a positive charge develops at that atom on the Daksha orbit. That is represented as the head of a god in the story. So a positive charge develops on this nucleus, atom of Rudra. And a negative charge develops on the atom where this Sati or electron is joined. So there is an attraction between these two. So this Rudra or this atom always go along with the other atom where Sati is there. joint. That is presented in the story as Shiva takes the body of body. Where is this body? Her body is in the other atom in its orbit. That orbit is with 8 electrons. Now it possesses 8 electrons. If it is hydrogen chloride, then the Sati of H hydrogen atom is now in the chlorine atom. So Sati's body is there in the chlorine atom. But H gets this hydrogen atom gets a positive charge and chlorine gets a negative charge. And due to the attraction, hydrogen will follow chlorine and they will travel jointly as ionic compounds. These are ionic compounds. They are separated but hold together by attraction between these two charges. That is presented in the story as Shiva took her body and wandered here and there, and Devas sought the help of Vishnu. Vishnu is responsible for taking the control of all the present day activities. So Vishnu separated it, Rudra, from this body of Sati. That means H and Cl are acid or an ionic compound. Yet present, we are using such components to produce compounds to produce some other things. For example, so if we add a sodium with a hydrogen chloride, H plus Cl, H is Rudra, Cl is the other part, body of Sati. So if we add a sodium, at present the activities are controlled by Vishnu. So Vishnu will separate hydrogen, that is Rudra, from this, and the sodium will take that place and form sodium chloride, that is salt. So these acids are at present nowadays using to produce other things. Acids takes an important part, or ionic compounds takes an important part in our production activity. In any chemical reaction, we are using acids or bases to produce other things, different type of things. So that is related with the Vishnu, present day activities. So this is the story of Sati and Dakshan. Actually, this is the method by which an ionic compound is forming. So there are two types of compounds. One is ionic compounds and the other one is covalent compound. That we have already seen, ionic and compound. There are two types. One is transfer due to transfer of electron from one to another atom, another due to sharing of electron. So this second story is related with ionic covalent compounds or anything like that. So this is the story of production of ionic substance compounds. The other we can see in the coming classes.